Keith Rucker here at VintageMachinery.org. Going to put together a little odds and ends episode for you guys. Got some stuff piling up over here that we need to get through, as well as some updates on some things and what have you. So it's a good chance for me to sit down and talk to you guys and tell you what's going on and show you some new things that have come into the shop over the last couple of weeks. So let's get right into it. So first thing on the list, I want to put in another plug for our upcoming ArnFest event. And I've mentioned this, and I did a video a couple of weeks ago about our ArnFest event. This is an annual event that we've been having now. This will be the 11th annual one. It's usually held toward the end of September. The event's going to be held at the Illinois Railway Museum in Union, Illinois, which is kind of outside of the Chicago area, between Chicago, Rockford, kind of up in that area. Great museum. It's the United States' largest railroad museum. They got an absolutely wonderful collection of old steam locomotives, diesel electric locomotives, rolling stock, whatever. But we kind of take over one of the shops there for the weekend and do all kinds of old tool and old machinery related items. And it is a great opportunity to just get together with like-minded people who are interested in things. And hey, you get to look at the trains, and that's half the fun as well. So the dates for this is going to be September 25th through 27th. If you are interested in coming to this, you need to get registered right away, guys. The registration's filling up. I looked online. We got room for about 120 people, which is about how many people we can get into the shop area that we've got kind of dedicated for our use should we have inclement weather. And right now, when I looked this morning, we had 92 people who were already registered, so we got roughly about 25 more, room for about 25 more people. And we'd love to have some of you YouTube guys come in. And I already know for a fact that many of my subscribers have already signed up and are making the trip. Also can verify now that Mr. Pete Tublicane, Mr. Pete 222, who has a YouTube channel that I know many of you guys watch. Mr. Pete's going to be there. He is registered. He's coming to the event, and I'm looking forward to that because I've been a fan of Mr. Pete's channel for many years, and it'd be the first time I've had an opportunity to meet him face to face. So anyway, Mr. Pete's going to be making it. The big event, the main day, it'll be on that Saturday. It'll pretty much be all day long. We'll start the morning off with a nice big swap meet out in the parking lot, Illinois Railway Museum. And it's only open if you're registered to come to the swap meet as well as the other events. So please get registered if you're interested in coming. I will say that early registration ends September 11th, just a few days from now. And after that time, the registration fees will go up. And yes, there is a fee for coming. We have to pay to be able to use the facilities at the Illinois Railway Museum, and there's some other expenses involved in putting this event on. So there is a charge for that. And you can go online, register, and take care of that. So I hope that some of you guys who maybe you're on the fence on coming to this event will go ahead and register. It's going to be a great time. Even if you can only come for Saturday, you can't come for the whole 3-day event. Again, Saturday is the main day. We'll be out at the museum on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday kind of wraps things up. So hope that some of you guys can make it to ArnFest 2015, September 25th through 27th, Illinois Railway Museum, Union, Illinois. Check out arnfest.com to register. So next thing I want to talk a little bit about is a couple of updates, because I get a lot of emails, a lot of private messages, a lot of comments on my YouTube channel, and people wanting to know about other projects that we have going on and kind of where we are on those. So number one, my new shop that I'm in the process of building, or hopefully will soon be in the process of building. As I showed you guys about a month ago, we've got the lot cleared out here. We got all the stumps dug, and right now we've still got a great big burn pile down there. It is ready to burn, but unfortunately the last week or two that it's been ready to burn down, we haven't been able to get a burn permit. So according to the county, Georgia Forestry Commission, the weather conditions have not been right for smoke dispersion. It's not so much worried about starting a forest fire, although that's always a concern, I guess. But we've had plenty of rain. We're not super dry right now, but the last week or two we've had a lot of rainy days, and they're more worried about the smoke being able to get off and not settling in. So hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, I'll be able to get a burn permit this week and get that going. And as soon as that's done, they're ready to come in here and start getting the site prepped to pour a concrete slab. But we can't get that done until we get the burn pile gone. So that's where we are there. Again, keeping my fingers crossed so we can get that done soon and move on to the next thing. Planer matcher update. I've been doing a lot of videos the last few weeks, kind of getting ready to run the planer matcher. Right now, the only thing we're really waiting on, I guess, is to get the planer bolts to bolt the knives down to the machine. And I'm happy to say that we've now got a plan. One of my viewers, Dale Bannister, who lives up in Canada, approached me and said, Keith, I've got a CNC machine, and he said he'd like to make them for me. So we worked out a deal, and he's making the parts for me, and hopefully he'll have those done and ready to ship down to me toward the end of this coming week. And when that's ready, I think we'll be ready to move forward on that. Dale actually shot a little video the other day of making the nuts on his CNC machine, and it's quite interesting. He's got a very, very nice machine that he's basically milling these out of round stock, or he's putting round stock in the machine. The CNC lathe will actually mill the flats on the hex heads, drill it out, part it out. He's even got an engraver on this thing that engraves the type of material that's being used in there. An outstanding job, at least from the video that I've been able to see. So I'm going to put a link down here to the video. It's just a couple of minutes long, and if anybody wants to see those being made, I encourage you to go over and take a look at Dale's YouTube channel. YouTube page, and he said he's going to be posting some more videos when he starts making the planer bolts and some of the other steps involved. So you might want to check out his channel from time to time if you want to see the progress of the planer bolts. Also, got a lot of comments about our little John Deere tractor, and yes, we were still having some problems with it when we tried to run it in the last video. This past week, we got out there and messed with it some more, and I think we found at least the main problem with that tractor, and we were able to fix it. So the guy that does our engine work came out, and he pulled the carburetor off. He was really thinking there was an issue with the carburetor. Took it home with him, actually took it apart, got out found some manuals on it, and lo and behold, at some point in time, before we ever started messing with this thing, somebody had taken the little needle valves out, and there's two of them. One for that you adjust the fuel when the tractor is at idle, and one when the tractor is under a load. And they're basically both the same, except one's longer than the other, and they had put them into the wrong holes. And that was really causing us some serious fuel problems, and we didn't realize that until we took it apart and really looked at it. So he got those put back around, and what a difference that has made. We at least fired the tractor up and ran it some this past week. It's running so much better. I then put the belt on there, so I'm going to try to get everything running with all the belts. So we got it on there and got it running. Before I could get the camera on though, running though, to show you guys, one of the leather belts just snapped in half. And I said, you know what, the heck with it. I'm not fooling with those old rotten leather belts anymore. I really love running leather belts on machines if you can find good quality leather belts, but the ones that we have are, some of them are probably anywhere from 50 to 100 years old, and they're literally just starting to rot, and the strength of them just is not there. So I've ordered some more belting material. We're going to put all new belts on the machine, so hopefully this coming week the belts will get in, we can get that on there, we can get the tractor hooked up to it, give it a good test run with everything, and about the same time hopefully our planer bolts can come in and we can finally start making some chips on the advanced planer matcher. So excited about that. And then too, I've been getting a lot of questions. Keith, when are you going to start working on your furnace again? Good news is I've got the refractory material. It's over here on the floor. I've actually been doing some stuff getting ready. So I'm going to, actually today is Labor Day. I'm off today, and I'm going to be fooling around with that a little bit and probably shooting a little bit of video. I don't know that I'll actually get it poured today, but I'm going to be getting everything ready to go. So hopefully if I can get some time one evening this week or maybe this coming weekend, we'll go ahead and get back onto the furnace project as well. We're getting real close to being able to move forward on that project, and I know many of you guys are anxiously awaiting to see that. Next thing on the list, it's been about a month now when we were out at Stanzinkowski's out in California at the Barzy Summer Bash. And I told you guys I picked up some items out there. Didn't want to have to bring them back on the airplane, so fellow YouTuber Ben Zentner volunteered to put everything in a box and ship it to me. And I finally got this in. It's come in since my last odds and ends video. So I've got my items that I purchased out there. So I'm going to zoom you in here and kind of go through what all we picked up at the Barzy Summer Bash and tell you a little bit about what's going on with that. So the morning of the event, there was a swap meet going on at it there, and people had different items that they brought for sale. And one of the things that I kind of went through, and I think these actually were from Ben Zentner, who shipped all this stuff to me, but Ben had a box full of horizontal mill cutters and said, hey, I know you got a horizontal mill, you interested in any cutters? And it was a big box, and I kind of went through it. Most of what was in there was, you know, stuff that I probably already had plenty of, and I didn't really need any, but there were a few cutters in here that I thought I might be able to use. And what I was really excited to find is most of these, all these here, are cutters for gear. They're gear cutters. So these are the oh goodness. So these are the involute cutters, involute gear cutters for different size gears and different pitch diameters and all that. And there was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different involute cutters. And then these here were just some different angles for like doing splines and what have you. And I've got some of these, but these, you know, I don't have a lot, so I picked up those. So anyway, I kind of dug through there and picked out what I wanted. This is what I wanted, and I offered Ben something for it, and he thought it was acceptable. So anyway, this is what I picked up. So I got a few more horizontal mill cutters, in particular some involute cutters. And you know, these things, you know, for every pitch diameter, there's 8 different cutters to make a set. And you know, you never know what you're going to need. So there's literally hundreds of these to have them all. And I never know what I might need. So anyway, anytime I find some of these, I pick them up and, you know, try to have them. And hopefully when a gear cutting job comes along, I have the right one and don't have to go search it out. So next here, we got a bunch of inserts. And I'm trying to remember exactly who I got these inserts. I know I got some inserts from Ben Zentner, and I know I got some from James Green, but I can't remember which came from who. So, but anyway, these are some inserts. So these inserts here, these are C&MG 432s, which I use a lot of. These are some Seicos. They're in good shape, brand spanking new. And let's see, there was, you know, that one's missing 2 out of the pack, and that one's missing 4 out of the pack. So, you know, we got about a pack and a half there all together. They're all the same grade, and these will get used for sure. Yeah, I can't remember who I got these. I don't want to say because I'll probably get it wrong. But anyway, I got these, and some came from Ben and some came from James Green. These here are all threading inserts, and I have the holder to hold this size threading insert. So a lot of these are 60 degrees, but there's also some other profiles in here. I'm not exactly sure what some of these are, but anyway, they had a whole pack of these, and of some different sizes or what have you, and I picked those up and thought I could use those. And then I think that Ben may have thrown these in the box when he shipped them to me. I don't remember actually working out a deal for some of these just loose inserts, but these are definitely some things that that I'm sure that I can use. I know I got a holder for several of these, but I think he just kind of threw some loose inserts into a box and sent them to me, which is greatly appreciated. So we got plenty more inserts to play with now. All right, more items in the box here. So got a little Jacobs chuck. This is a 6A. Appears to be in pretty decent shape. It's got some use and wear on it, but I think it's usable. And again, I think that Ben Zentner just kind of threw this in the box. I don't remember me purchasing this, but It was such a day. Maybe I did. And if I purchased it from someone else, I apologize. But anyway, got a nice little Jacob's chuck there. Some other items here. This is kind of cool. This is a lacer tool for clipper lacers, which I use to belt or to lace up flat belts. And please forgive me. This was a gift from one of my viewers, and I think I remember who it was, but I'm not going to say because I'm not 100% sure. And anyway, this first thing that morning, someone brought it up to me and handed it to me, and I was real excited to get it. And I apologize, I cannot remember who. If you gave this to me, please send me a note. I want to remember, and I just can't. I met so many people that day, and my brain was just overloaded, and please forgive me for not remembering. But anyway, this you take the little metal lacing, you put it in this little comb in the bottom, the pin holds it in place. And this is the kind you put in a vise and you squeeze it shut to close the lacing down on a flat belt. And you know, we've got a clipper lacer out at the museum that's more of a freestanding type that I use a lot. I was actually excited to get with this one. These are fairly common, but I don't have one. And I've been wanting to get one like this to have at my shop here at the house, because right now I always have to carry my belts out to the museum to lace. So I was pretty excited to get this. Another real interesting thing is it has this little pair of scissors on here, and it actually has the Clipper logo on there. We were looking at this. And what this is for is when you put that in there, there's a little paper back that holds all the pins, and you take this pair of scissors and cut that back off, and it's easier to get the paper out. You know, usually I use my pocket knife. I've never seen one of these with a pair of scissors like that, and that is original from the factory. So that's kind of neat. So anyway, this is definitely something that I will use, and I'll keep it here at my shop at home so that I can lace belts without having to make a trip. Thank you. So of course, I'm sure everybody knows what these are. This is just a set of transfer punches. This was actually a door prize at Stan's, and what was kind of cool about it is I was not the one that won this. Jay Kilroy actually won this door prize, and I did win some door prizes, and I've already really talked about those in my previous videos. But anyway, Jay came up to me and said, "Hey, you need a set of transfer punches. I've got these, and I really don't want to have to bring them home on the plane." And I said, yeah, I'd love to have them, because we've got a set out at the museum that I use all the time, but again, I don't have a set here to use at my home shop. So thanks to Jay, and thanks to whoever donated this to the raffle out at Stan's, I now got me a good set of transfer punches here at the house. So thanks a lot, Jay, and thank you to whoever donated this to the raffle. Another gift from one of my viewers, and again, I apologize, I do not remember who it was, but someone came up to me and handed this to me again first thing in the morning, and my brain just was overloaded. I don't remember who it was. But this is a lead hammer. It's got a Cook's hammer handle in there, and this fits my hammer mold. So probably what I'm going to do is melt this lead off, and I'll probably recast a new hammer head on here, and using this old hammer handle that came in here. So anyway, nice little thing, and I can fix it right back up. So up next here, this was also from one of my viewers who sent these home with me and wanted me to show these kind of as a mystery item, because it is, at least for us, a mystery as to exactly what these are for. There are obviously some bits. They're all pretty much the same outside diameter, and then they have different inside diameters, and there's a hole that goes through this where something would go down through this. So not exactly sure exactly what these are for. I can kind of envision how that might be used. My first thought was it was a counter bore, kind of like this. And you know, you got a little pilot that goes up in here. And my thought was okay, well, you had a pilot that went in there and you would tighten it on there. The problem is there's, you know, we got a set screw here to tighten that pilot up. There's no set screw in these at all to tighten up whatever's going through this. And the other thing that I really kind of wonder about is it doesn't appear to have any place to really chuck this thing, to put it like in a drill press or something like that. So, you know, they obviously have a purpose. I'm sure some of you guys will know exactly what they are. Most of them have this logo on it right here, of which is who made it. I don't know if that's maybe Cleveland Tool is coming to mind, but I'm not 100% sure on that either. But anyway, if anybody knows what these are, please let us know, and we'll try to follow up with this in a future episode on what these are and how they might be used, and figure out if I don't have a need for them, we'll try to find a home for them. So up next here, a couple of items, a little backstory on this. I got an email from one of my viewers, Bruce Gratton, this past week. Bruce is a longtime viewer and commenter on my channel, always leaving me good comments and what have you. And Bruce said that he had come across an estate sale up where he lives this past week or two or whenever, and bought out a bunch of machinist tools from a retired machinist who had passed away. And he had sent me a note, said, hey, I got a bunch of stuff I'm going to put on eBay. Is there anything in here that you would like, before I sell it on eBay? And he sent a list and some pictures and what have you, and there was 2 items in there that I thought was kind of neat. And anyway, we worked out a deal, and he ended up selling me both of these items. Total on this was $50, including the shipping. So first off, we got a Brown & Sharp machinist square here. This is about 7 1/4 inches on the blade side. And actually, I've been looking for a couple of larger machinist squares. So I've got several small ones. I think my biggest one I've got is about 6 inches. And just recently I was doing a setup on the milling machine and really needed a longer square. And so I've been kind of keeping an eye out for some larger squares, and I'd still like to find maybe a 10-inch or 12-inch square at some point in time to kind of go along with this one. But this one right here, if I'd have had this the other day when I was setting up that milling machine, it'd have been perfect, and I got it now. So the other item in the box here, it's kind of neat. This is again a Brown & Sharp item, but it's a little straight edge. And I have seen these in the catalogs, and I've actually thought that would be kind of a neat thing to have, and I have a need for straight edges from time to time. It's kind of got a little profile on it, as you can see, but it goes down to a nice sharp point. And anyway, I thought that was a nice little item as well. They made these in different lengths. They actually made one a little bit shorter than this, and then they went on out to about yay long or so. And anyway, nice little case that it goes in to protect it, original case. So anyway, thank you, Bruce, for sending me a note and offering me these up, and these will be some nice tools that I will definitely put to use. Up next is an eBay find. I've mentioned previously that I have been working toward putting together a collection of larger micrometers, Starrett micrometers, the Starrett number 436 micrometers, and I've been particularly looking for the ones in the boxes like this, just so that I can have a nice set that goes up to 12 inches. And I was missing 2 sizes, a 9 to 10 inch and a 10 to 11 inch is really all I'm missing to have mics up to 12 inches. And this one came up as an auction, as a true auction on eBay this past week. And I ended up being the high bidder on it, and I was very pleased that it went for a very reasonable price. It sold for $32, which I thought was a steal any day of the week. These bigger mics like this, you see them fairly often on eBay, buy it now or whatever, but they're usually all well over $100, $150 or higher. And so anyway, I said I'm going to jump on that. There just wasn't many bidders for whatever reason, and I ended up being the high bidder. So anyway, it appears to be in good shape. I haven't gotten my standard out to calibrate it yet or anything, but I've got standards for these. I'll check them. But anyway, another one, and now all I'm missing is that 9 to 10 inch, and I'll have the whole set. And I'm sure I'll be patient, and one will eventually come up at a good price, and I will snag it. Fortunately, I don't have an immediate need for these. I just want to have them on hand because when you do need one, you need them. And anyway, it'll be nice to have a set up to 12 inches. So next couple items here. Back in July when I was out in California, met up with Randy Richards and a couple other guys, but Randy, when I was out there, was kind enough to pass along a box full of these big SNMA inserts. SNMA 643s is what they are. And these were actually, he said that somebody, one of his viewers, I think from Australia, sent a big box just full of these inserts to him. And he was kind of passing them out to a bunch of us, giving some away to us. And I said, well, that's great, but I don't have a tool holder for it. So again, been watching eBay and picked up two tool holders that hold this insert here in the last couple of weeks. So one of them is just a regular turning cutter for doing regular turning, and then this one here is more of a nice angle. This is basically give me a 45-degree chamfer, which will be nice for chamfering the edges of whatever, and it can be used for turning as well. So I thought these were two nice profiles. Both of these are Kennametals. They both appeared to be in pretty good shape. Haven't seen a whole lot of use. So anyway, I'm excited to have a couple of new tools that I can use on the lathe, and we'll try these inserts out. I don't know how these inserts will work. There's really not any relief in there to give any chip breaking or anything, but anyway, we'll give them a try and see how they work. And maybe we'll have some good tools, and I'm sure if nothing else, I can get some other inserts to go along with these that Randy sent me for doing some other turning work as well. So anyway, nice to have those. Oh, I think, I don't remember the exact price, but I think I ended up paying, it was about $30, $35 a piece for those. Again, found them on auctions on eBay and just wasn't a lot of bidding action on them. And I was able to pick them up pretty reasonably. All right, guys, that'll be another wrap. Hope you enjoyed seeing some new tools and getting to hear about some things going on, what have you. Really hope that some of you guys will make a trip out to the ArnFest event here in a couple of weeks. I'm really looking forward to getting a chance to get up. Like I said, I've been doing this now for about, this will be my 11th straight year, and we've had 11 straight events. So I've been to all of them so far, and there's quite a few guys there that I've gotten to know over the years who come every year, and it's always a lot of fun for me to be able to meet up with folks that I've gotten to know, as well as get to meet up with new folks that maybe I don't know. And again, I know quite a few of my viewers who I haven't had the opportunity to meet are going to be there. So I'm really looking forward to getting to meet some folks face to face. So if you live up in that area, or even if it's a little bit of a trip for you, it's a good opportunity to get together with a lot of folks. And anyway, I hope to see some of you guys come out. We'll talk to you later.